How you going, bros? I'm going to do a video today on the run because I'm on my way to go bush for a few days with young Jody, and I'm leaving at 11 o'clock and it's about 10 o'clock now and I haven't even packed. The last 5 days have been pretty much looking after young blokes. We did hunting on Saturday, hunting on Sunday. I pulled an all-nighter on Friday to make it happen, and well, actually, that's not quite true. I couldn't actually sleep Friday because I had so much in my mind, so I thought, fuck it, I didn't go to bed. So I'm getting the truck packed up for another mission now with young Jody. Jody's a young fella that I suppose he's been with me 4 years now. He's now 18, and this is what we do. Get everything spread out on here. There's 3 lots of stuff for me when I do this. Because I film everything, I've got all the camera gear. That means the drone. The drone's actually fucked right now. The GoPros, the camera, the phones, because they're cameras, the power shot, which is with the zoom. So we put all those to the side, get all our electrics, all our charging gear for them. That's what I'm doing right now. I use an SR camera, and I use a handheld one as well, and all the spare batteries. These things here, lots of them. And it's really important to have all the charging gear while I'm away, because without that, well, batteries just run out and you forget. And we've got a power pack that we charge them off for that. So that's what that's about. But that's not what this video is about. This video is actually just a request. I did one on my other channel, my Patreon channel, and one young guy said to me, he said that he got a lot of, he found a lot of use from me talking about how I start my day and how I don't let the black dog creep in. And I don't let the black dog creep in. So I just had a phone call coming. I just stopped it because I wanted to do this vlog before I finish. I don't let the black dog come in because I can't afford to. I'm not immune to not being sad or down, but the reality is that I've just got too many people that rely on me to allow that to happen. So there's just no time for it. I look after too many people. I look after a lot of young guys. This weekend I had 2 lots of 3, and I had Spencer for 4 days. Now I'm with Jody. Well, he can help look after me because he's 18, and I've taught him a lot, and he's now teaching me stuff. So to answer that question, we'll go back to the beginning. When I wake in the morning, the very first thing I do is I shape motivation. I think about all the things I have to do. If a negative thought creeps into my mind, and it does, because that's how we humans are programmed, we all have negative thoughts, I go, first of all, that's not going to serve me any purpose and it's not going to help anyone. Get rid of that. Put that aside. We can look at that later if we need to, but right now I've got to sort out what today is. So today I've got to think about getting a permit sorted. I've just allocated that job to somebody else. I've got to think about the importance of everything for my dogs, because I'm taking them as well. What I'm going to have is an emergency if they get ripped, so their stitch-up kit, antibiotics. Yes, I do have antibiotics, and I'll pretty much go through a list in my head of what I've got to do. Then I think about other people that are suffering. I've got quite a long list of people. I've got Anna right now who's got terminal cancer. I've got Smash's mum. I've got a whole lot of people that every day I do a check-in on them. That's just that's a habit. That's not something I think about. So here's the trick. What you got to do is you've got to create habits. So all these things that you do are not hard work. They're things you naturally do. Naturally happen. So first thing I do when I get out of my bed is I do that. This is my bedroom. I make that monster over there. That's important. Seems like a little thing, but that's just a job that's done automatically. And while I'm doing that, I'm still thinking about all the things I have to do for people around me. How I can add quality to other people's lives. And in return, people add quality to my lives. Lenny sent me this here. It's a pain rub that she made herself. She has had a lot of pain, and this worked for her. So she's actually helping me out. She sent me this, and she also sent me some money for the boys, which we spent this weekend on fuel and stuff, running the trucks. So that's the first thing that I do. So there's not really any room to become depressed or to get down, because I just can't afford to. I just don't have that luxury to stop and think about myself. And to be honest, if I stopped and thought about myself, I'd be fucking miserable, because my life isn't that fucking wonderful. What's actually really going on, and the true depth of my life and how long I'm probably going to be here for and all those things. So I start thinking about the fact that I've still got cancer in remission and it's the chances it might come back. I start thinking about the fact that I'm having to fucking wear these every day because my bladder's been fucked from cancer. I have to start thinking about the fact that I've got erectile dysfunction because they've cut most of me down. Actually, that's starting to get better slightly, and I put that down to exercise, diet, and mindset. But I think about my relationship with my girlfriend. It's not really much of a relationship, really. I think about that, then I would get down. I don't want to think about that. I want to think about people who are young, who have a life ahead of them, and make sure they don't make the same mistakes I made. Make sure they go in the same direction. Make sure that they are succeeding. And in doing that, there is no room for the black dog. So I don't get depressed. There's things I could get depressed about, but it wouldn't serve anybody, the world, any good. It wouldn't serve me any good. I guess I came close to being depressed this year when we lost young Smash, and I kept on top of myself with that. And I still do. The grieving process was hard. I miss him, and I'm not even going to talk about it right now because that will upset me. But I put it in its rightful place. He's gone. I can't bring him back. I'd be doing this trip with him this morning if he was here. Instead, someone else who is here and who is embracing life, I'm doing it with them. So that should answer the question. Going back to when I wake up, first thing I do, shape motivation. Second thing I do is I look at my phone and I check the weather because that will determine what we're doing today. This morning the weather didn't look flash, but I went, fuck it, we're going anyway because I've looked forward to this trip for a long time. I've done a lot of work for this trip. I've done a lot of work for other people. I've done very little for myself. So this is something, well, it's also for Joe, but it's for me and my dogs and to get out there. And also it's for my patrons of my other channel because they've been very patient and I haven't posted a good hunt adventure. I've been doing little sort of ones locally, but I haven't done much. So it's for them as well. And I really enjoy giving them something that's of quality because you've got to add quality to people's lives, particularly people like my patrons who add quality to my life, and they constantly do. GoPros. And here's the fucked up thing. That's the Hero 9, that's the Hero 8, and they both take different batteries. Jesus, camera is terribly bloody blurry. I need to clean it. Excuse me a minute. I should have done that before I started. Is that clearer? Probably not. Anyway, GoPros, that's just one of the stupid things they do, marketing, so you're going to buy 2 different types of batteries for the camera over here. So here what we've got is we've got camera gear I'm building up here, where the tripod is on that. There's my camera gear. Shooting gear will go there, like all the rifles and the ammunition. Clothes there, and dog stuff there. So I've really got 4 lots of stuff, and that excludes all the cooking and food stuff, which we'll work out together with Jody when he comes. Collars, this one's green, so it's charged. What's this one doing? It's green, so these are both charged. And we also take the charging gear. We're using TT15s, and we're running 2 Garmin Alpha 100s. That means that Jody's got one and I've got one. Now Justin, one of my patrons, he bought the second one that for the boys. It's $1,000 he spent on that to enable them to have that connection with me in the bush. There it goes, is one that Justin's given us. Actually it's not, he gave me an Australian frequency one, but it's the same one as that there. I've got to exchange that, and with that we'll exchange it. So that's what we need to keep contact, not only with each other, we pair them off, but also so he knows where the dogs are. Dog food, got to think about dog food. So I'm doing everything while I'm talking to you, and I'm going to try to get some something I can give to you guys in this here about my day and how it goes well, because that question was a valid question. How do I make it go well? Oh, there's quite a lot of other things I do too. Diet's huge. Oh, diet's everything. These are heavy. This is about, I don't know. Whew. Dog roll. Oops. Oh, that's on the bloody ground. Trying to film with one hand and carry these. Not so easy. Diet. Critical. Absolutely critical. If you're putting rubbish into your body, you get rubbish back out. You get rubbish in your mind. You get rubbish in your body. It's all connected. You've looked at other vlogs that other brothers have put down on this here. Salvin's got a really good one actually on, I don't know if he talks about diet. Yeah, he does. He talks about the keto diet. Yes, he does. Speaking of that, I've got another video from him which I haven't had time to upload, or I've tried to, but it's failed. So diet, for me is really important. Now, sleep is also very important. I don't get a lot of sleep. I need sleep. I'd like to get more sleep, but I'm too busy all the time. I've got so much stuff going on that I run 2 channels. Actually, I run 3 because I now have a TikTok account. Yes, I'm on TikTok. The reason I'm on TikTok is that's where I'm selling the most music, and that's what's helping to fund a lot of stuff. After COVID, I lost 30% of my patrons, and that there meant the income dropped. We could do less. So I started a TikTok account, and it's really going bloody well. I'm getting off track a bit, go off on these little sort of tangents, trying to bring back to you what I was started with. So diet is really important because you just cannot keep feeding yourself rubbish. Diet and fasting, they both go together. Human body is designed to eat a lot less than we eat, particularly in Western society. We have some real terrible stuff. The worst thing we have in our society is we have sugar. I know all this because I spent a lot of money trying to survive. After I got cancer, I spent a lot of money on research and also professionals. More money on professionals. The research was confusing because I go to Google and I'd find 5 different conflicting things. So I talked to doctors and professionals, and there's where I got the answers. Dr. Glenn Davies at Taupo Medical Centre was probably my best doctor, but there's some good online doctors. Dr. Eric Berg is really good. That's the one I always recommend to people. So if you do suffer depression or anxiety, I guarantee you, you'll change a hell of a lot with just diet alone. That's only a part of it. Second part is sleep. Sleep really is important. And I struggle when I don't get enough sleep. I suffer chronic sciatic pain, and the pain's always worse when I have enough sleep. Because I've had my bladder fucked around with surgery, I do have some incontinence, although that is slowly getting better. Hopefully one day I'm dry again. Thank God I don't have the other incontinence where you're shitting yourself. Imagine having that. I'm not complaining about it. My mate Sneak's completely lost his entire bladder because of cancer. He's got a fucking plastic bag. So I'm very grateful to have my bladder still, even though it doesn't function anymore after they've cut it up. But the reality is that diet, sleep, exercise and lifestyle, it works better. And that's the same with everything in our lives. Emotional connection with people, critical. Absolutely. More than you even know. In fact, if you didn't have your diet good and you didn't have your sleep good and you had a really fucked up existence, but you had love all around you and people that cared for you, and more importantly, you cared for them, your world would be fantastic. You might die earlier of a heart attack or get lung disease and cancer, but overall, you would be winning. So maintaining good relationships with your family first and foremost, and that also means mending the broken relationships. And some of them you just can't mend. Some of them are just too impossible. So what do? You forgive and you move on. And when I say forgive, that means you forgive. You don't harbour any resentment. You go, look, I can't do anything with this. Time to bury the hatchet. Let that go. That person, they haven't validated the wrongs they did to me, but that's their stuff, not mine. And it might take years to do that. It took me a lot of years to do that with some of my family members. I wish it had been faster, I wish it had done it quicker, but it didn't. Because there's always a crisis that comes along that drives us to make change. And fuck knows I've had my share of crisis in my life. But hey, look at the good news is I'm 57 years of age. I've beaten the odds with a lot of things. I'm still here. I had a bloke try to kill me once. That was like, that's another story for another day. And that one there, well, I did martial arts when I was younger, and the one thing if anything I learned from martial arts was A, to avoid a fight, and B, how to defend yourself. He was trying to stab me with a wood screwdriver. And what I was thinking was, he was coming at me, and I was like, oh fuck. I was actually crook with the flu at the time. I'm not going to tell the whole story. And all I wanted to do was, my favourite kick is that one there, up under the jaw. So that's about the same height as my head, but it's straight under the jaw, and it just knocks a man out. And I thought, if I could just knock this big cunt out. He was over 90 kg, and I'm like, oh. Soaking wet, 70 kg or 75 kg then. I'm much lighter now. I was just about to take that kick, and I thought, if I don't do this, he's going to be more pissed off, and he's going to be Well, he's trying to kill me anyway. He's always trying to stab me. I've been blocking them all. I just try and take him out of the equation. And then I thought, what's his weakness? And I remember he had 2 daughters. And I said to him, what about your daughters? And that softened the whole situation up. There's more to the story than that, but that's probably a story I won't actually ever publish, because this is a public forum. And him and I both buried the hatch on that one. We both, like, it's the past, and we talked about it. Actually, we talked about it at the time, and hopefully he's got some resolution. I don't even think about it today, but yeah, it's going back into my past. I've got a pretty hard out past, actually. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. Travelled around the world a lot. I was in a gang when I was younger for a while. Not totally patched up, but affiliated with a gang. Probably one of the dark parts of my life. And yeah, I don't have a great past. I've done things that I'm not proud of, but that's the past. And I'll say this to anybody that's trying to move ahead with their life. You are not your past. If you think about your past and you try to pin that to yourself today, then you can't move forward into your future, and then you have no benefit to the people around you. I'm trying to pick up the thread of where this was going from the beginning. Get up in the morning, shape motivation, make my bed, look at the weather, punch out the day, and pay little mind about myself and what I'm feeling or what my needs are. I might at the end of the day think it might be nice to have a hug with someone. So I'll give somebody a hug. There's plenty of people around to get that bit of feeling, but most of the time it's other people. So my secret and my message is go outside of yourself, extend yourself beyond yourself, and think about everyone else around you. And then, in doing so, you won't get the black dog. You got no fucking time for it. It's a luxury. Being depressed is a luxury. I haven't got time for it. I haven't got time to do this vlog. I've got to carry on because we're going away. So I'm going to stop there. I hope this is beneficial to you. It's a ramble, but it's just the way it is of me. And someone asked me, so I put it out there. Please think about making a video yourself for the channel. Solutions that you've found to problems. Many of you have, but there's many more of you that are still watching that aren't. To do this, first of all, you're going to probably have to own something that was dark in your life or bad in your life. Be transparent with it and tell the world, and accept the fact that people that know you will see it and live with that comfortably. That's a hard thing to do. But when you're not thinking about yourself and what people care about you, when you're at that state in your life, that's easy. I've said all sorts of things about my shit, and I couldn't care less how people judge me, because no one's had to grow up in my shoes and face the challenges I've been challenged. No one knows what my childhood was like or what I've really gone through, so I don't give a fuck what people say or think. That's their business, not mine anyway. That's their shit. What I do care about is the people around me, that they are well, that they are balanced, that they are fulfilling their own dreams, that they're moving forward, and that I'm seeing them flourish and thrive around me. If that's happening, then I'm winning, because we're all connected, we're all one. There's a good poem about that, and I don't know how it goes exactly, but it's called No Man is an Island. Look it up and you'll know exactly what I mean. With this philosophy, not velocity, that's how fast my bullets are shooting. With this philosophy, you also become part of the whole, and you're not separated from everybody. You become part of them. Because the ego, when you're doing everything yourself, separates you from people. You start having this thing where you might be better than someone, which of course is absolute. It's insanity to think that you're better than someone else. That's absolute insanity. Oh, I'm better because I've got this, or I'm better because I can do that better. That's absolute insanity. No one's better than anybody. Everybody has something. Even the lowest form of human life that's done the worst thing has got something somewhere in them that's better than what you can do. I guarantee you'll find it. And who's to judge? Never judge. So, based on that there, I feel connected to the whole, to you guys, to my family, to everybody. And I've got to fucking stop talking because I have to seriously get packing. Jody's going to be here an hour, and I'm also going to take that, the 410, with some shot. Well, that's solid. We'll take that as well for the pigs. I'm going to take that too. Right, got to keep moving. Go steady, and I'll see you in the next Bro Check Club video. See you later. Right, firearms. No, we're still doing dogs. Dogs.